right, welcome to another episode of the Otaku Informers. And today we're going to talk about some video game news with my two co-hosts, Matt and Felipe. How are you guys doing?
Good morning from Japan. Just surviving this bad weather. Yeah.
How are you doing, Matt?
Good morning, good morning. We had bad weather yesterday. So far it's sunny. Hopefully it stays sunny.
It's sunny on your corner. I'm in the north and it's very cloudy here.
It's been raining in Montreal. But has it?
Yay!
It's also probably been raining in the UK because the UK has decided to pour some rain on the Sony Microsoft deal. Apparently, so last time we were talking about Sony versus Microsoft with the fighting stage being in Brazil. This time the fighting stage is in the UK because a judge in the UK has, maybe not a judge, but multiple judges have decided to look into the Activision Blizzard deal to check if it really does lower the competition, if it really is like bad for the consumer, basically to make sure that it's not going to become like not a monopoly but like an oligopoly. And from this, a couple of news have come out. First, so Microsoft says that Sony is going to be able to still keep playing Call of Duty and Overwatch, and I think they said Diablo 2, but Call of Duty is what we know for sure for several more years. Meaning that even post acquisition, we now have official confirmation that Call of Duty is not going to disappear from PlayStation. One thing that this tells us first is that now we know they can't like lie about this, because before, some people are wondering maybe they're saying that and then once the deal goes through, you know, maybe they do it for a year and then they stop. But now, at this point, it would be illegal for them to remove Call of Duty from PlayStation. And second, Phil Spencer, yeah, okay, actually, we do have the confirmation. Phil Spencer has confirmed that Call of Duty and all of the Overwatch and Diablo, they didn't say anything about World of Warcraft. Well, World of Warcraft are coming to Game Pass officially. So now we know that we already assumed it before, but I think what it tells me personally is that Phil Spencer is so scared that this deal is not going to go through in the UK that he's like double down. He's like putting double down on the confirmations that no, don't worry, they're gonna be able to keep all the games. And on the other side, but don't worry, all of these games that they're gonna keep, they're gonna come to Game Pass. So he's kind of like hinting, oh, do you want to pay $90 for these games or get them for $10 or $15 per month with us? So what do you guys think about this? Do you think?
Well,
Yeah, go ahead, Felipe.
so first of all, if you allow me, Matt, seamless transition from weather to gaming. Beautiful. Second,
The worst
I
transition ever.
no, it was good. It feels to me that this transition, it makes me think of like the Marvel movie deals, like Sony and Spider-Man rights, that they even this rights about to expire, but as long as they put up anything just to keep the rights. So that's what it feels to me like. Activision or other companies, they'll have to like keep producing games to be allowed to put in every platform. If they stop, like sorry, only Microsoft or only this, this is what it feels to me. Or similar to how even like Universal has the Hulk rights until like next year, and then since like it's already bought back, then Marvel will be able to put Hulk solo movies as of next year. So meanwhile, the contract stays like no solo movies, whatever. So this is what it feels like for games. What do you think, Matt?
You basically said all that I had about this.
Um,
Agree.
uh,
First, me, what I find weird also is that he says, "Oh, Sony is going to be able to keep Call of Duty for several years." What does that even mean? Like, does that mean like, oh, we were literally gonna let them have it for 3 years, or what does several years mean? And then we're gonna put it exclusive? Like, this is just so weird.
Very vague. It's several years, maybe two, maybe three. I don't know, maybe even five if we're feeling nice.
I wonder if these people already have some kind of inside information about the potential PlayStation 6 down the line. It's like, you know what? Maybe let's keep it to this franchise, and then once the new generation comes with whatever unneeded improvements, there's nothing to improve again. I keep mentioning, I will keep beating that dead horse. We don't need improvement. You have to focus on VR. Anyway, let's go back to the thing. That's what I
Well,
feel like. If they have information about some kind of upgrade.
Well, it's good that you talk about VR actually, because since there's not a lot to talk about what's happening in the UK, we can talk multiple video game news right now. So, what do you think? We got confirmation that the PSVR 2 is coming out, I think, in February. Is that what they said, Matt? I don't know if you remember. It,
Yeah, the leak was
from France.
sometime early next year, February around. Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of people are wondering what price is gonna be. What do you guys think is the maximum highest price that they could put PSVR to?
Mm.
499 USD.
500
That's my
USD?
that's my guess. Because the original VR was, I think it was 299 or 399, and this one is like so much more upgraded compared to the first version that I'm just like, yeah, with all that new tech that they're cramming into this, 499 is probably the highest. I think they'll try to do probably 450, maybe 399, but I don't know. I think it'll be pretty expensive.
Felipe, I'm really curious. How much would you be willing to pay for a PSVR 2?
Willing to
Considering
pay?
that you don't even have a PS5.
Yeah.
Not yet, right? I might just buy a PS5 used when the PS6 comes out. But that's
Oh my
just me.
god. Okay. But
You
let's
got
say
To be fair, I think, let me see. Mm, it depends on the amount of games in the franchise that I like.
that I agree.
Because on the price, like, do you remember how much is an Oculus? Like for competition
Isn't it
comparison?
like 300? That's a very good question. Isn't it like, let me check, Oculus Quest 2. Actually, Felipe, this also leads to another question about the same thing. Let's say you wanted to go buy a PS5. How much you're gonna pay? Well, the new anyway. We're gonna talk about the new prices in a bit. Which in
Oh, probably
Japan,
like $400 US, I think, USD.
60,000 yen, 60,500 yen is the new price for a PS5 in Japan. How much
yeah.
in addition to that would you be willing to put for a PSVR 2? So that would be
60,000?
like, yeah,
Oh my God, 60,000 in a
yen.
perfect market is like $1 to 100 yen. But like it's a bit lower. But like 60,000 would be like $600, and
Yeah,
that's
that's
not
the
even.
official price.
Yeah, but since the dollar is higher, that means it's a late way less dollar. So like 450. That's still pretty price compared to what a regular PS4 is at the time. But I think I just need time and logistics and like extra money to like make the upgrade because I do want to keep playing, right? So if I could just like sell the PS4 and just upgrade, because I bought this my PS4 used, so I wanted to like survive. No, I don't want to have to deal with like the hassle of like fixing if the worst comes to worst here in Japan. So I think I might just buy brand new like when I get the time and extra money.
Plus, let's face it, you're never gonna find a used PS5 in Japan when they are always sold out for a very cheap price. Like, no one's gonna want to let that go.
That's a good
Okay.
point too.
Anyways, so this is a good transition to talk about the new pricing of the PS5 because for the first time ever, 2 years after the release of a new console, Sony has decided to increase the price of the PlayStation 5. Not decrease the price 2 years later, increase the price. So I just want to tell what I have the prices in front of me. In Europe, it's going to go from 500 euro to 550 euros. So an increase of 50 euros in Europe, an increase of 30 pounds in the UK, an increase of 5,000 yen in Japan, 5,500 yen in Japan.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and in Canada, an increase of that's not true. That is one. Okay, Video Game Chronicles says that it increased from $630 to $650, but I promise you I bought mine at 600 when it came out. So the PS5 was not, maybe they increased it already? Maybe that's the second increase in Canada, because I bought mine for 600. And so now it's 650. So in Canada it's going to be $50 more.
Did they ever say any kind of like justification why?
Yeah, they said inflation around the world, an increase in cost of everything because COVID and stuff.
That's
And
not
the
a good.
only place that didn't get raised is the US because the US has the most valuable currency right now. So they're like, of course, we don't need to raise it there. But all the other markets that are suffering we have to raise because of inflation. And it's like, darn you.
Do you really
I
think? Yeah, go ahead, Felipe. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No, I was.
No, 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 no. You go ahead, please.
No, I was just gonna say that I think I saw a video quickly mentioning that inflation. This is, I mean, oversimplified is just like an excuse. They can easily lower the price and cut costs elsewhere. This is just a lame excuse. This is just them trying to be like greedy and it's like, you know what, if you want it, you want it, which is kind of a dumb because you're almost telling your clients, don't buy your stuff, like we're poor. Unless you really do like those Apple fanatics. It's like, no, you just releasing this one phone that is like literally the same thing, but just like give us money. Like, okay, sure. It's like if
Honestly, you really nailed it. Yeah, continue, Felipe. You're
no, you're
nailing it.
like they're banking on the people that are like super crazy and do like pony up and they don't do enough research. They're like, oh, what is new here? Like that's why even like realistically speaking, the reason why I didn't get the PS5 yet is like I don't need the performance, like pay price for like a little bit faster here in graphics and other better things, but like I'm satisfied with my PS4 for the moment.
Well, Felipe, honestly, I agree with everything that you said. Even though I have a PS5, I do agree with the fact that, especially you play Street Fighter and everything. You don't need with a capital and a PS5. Like, I understand that, like, you know, for you, the cost of performance and graphic upgrade is not worth it for you. For me, it is because I really care about quality. There are some people who watch brand new. Who I know someone who watched Dune on his phone. Okay.
Oh my God.
Imagine. Yes, I'm not even joking. And it's my friend who watches the show, and I really hope he's watching this because I'm calling him out right now.
All
Because
right.
you know, me, I really care about quality. For me, it's blasphemy to do that. It's literally like spitting on the creator. But, what you said about inflation is true. I agree because is it Matt said, which is probably a big truth in the subject, that inflation, the U.S. currency is very strong right now, but the US market has Xbox, which is the biggest competitor in the US. So by increasing the price of the PlayStation, it would it could push a lot of people of buying an Xbox in the US because that's where
Yeah.
they're the most like competition sensitive when it comes. Europe, they've always been like Sony fans. Like Europeans they're gonna spend the extra 50 to keep like a PlayStation. But an American, I could picture an American being like, "Oh, screw them! I'm gonna go American brand. I'm gonna buy an Xbox. I'm not gonna pay the extra $50." So my point is also that Jim Ryan's second name is Greed. So Grido. So and I
Oh my God.
100% think this is a decision based out of greed. And imagine if you're Sony, you're like, people are reselling our PlayStations for like $100 more, $200 more in the like on eBay. Why aren't we getting a piece of this pie? These are the same people that charged us $10 to upgrade Ghost of Tsushima from the PS4 version to the PS5 version, even though we already own the PS4 version. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
Sony is so greedy, man. Like that. So I really think that this price increase was just for more money.
That's an excellent point. Even though like the Game Pass has always been good from the beginning, people in Japan here they won't care because they really focus like the market. Like so many Japan exclusive games that never get translated for one reason or another. So they still won't get like the Xbox market here is like what 1% less even. So even though they're missing out, they won't get it because they love their anime and their dating sims or whatever. So like they
Oh
will
yeah.
never be exposed to it, especially because many of them may not be translated to English, which is another topic on itself. You know, don't speak at all.
This is definitely another
But
topic. Yeah, please, Matt.
yeah, I don't remember where I read it or heard it, but Xbox is actually right now selling more than PlayStation's. So the Series X and Series S are actually selling more in Japan than the PlayStation 5s.
Oh,
And like it's Microsoft is in the best position it's been in the region since they started actually focusing on here a little bit more. So either Japanese gamers are starting to look at this other option like, oh, it's not that bad, or they're like, oh, I still can't get a PlayStation. All right, well, let's just go get the American version.
So true, man, and especially when this American version has a platform that for $15 a month will give you a ridiculous amount of games,
Yeah.
like a lot of games that are like AAA and stuff. And imagine next year when they're gonna have Starfield, Redfall, all of the Call of Duty games in history, all of the Blizzard games in history, all of the Bethesda games in history, all the ZeniMax Studios games in history. Like they didn't spend $80 billion in buying all of these studios for nothing. Like right now, they're literally still like a Charmander about to go full Charizard very soon. Like, well,
uh,
maybe they're a Charmeleon.
I was gonna say they're skipping Charmeleon and just going straight to Charizard. Ooh.
You know when you're like using XP share and you have a level 15 Charmander and you just beat a level 99 Pokemon and you just go to level 40 right away.
the way you talk, it's as if it's warp digivolving from Charmander to Dynamax Charizard. That's what it feels like.
For real. That's an $80 billion rare candy. But yeah.
I think it's a
Any
combination of both of what you said, man. It's like it's both, but it's mostly the scarcity rather than like, oh, let me try this new, because
Yeah, it's
Japanese
just we
people
can't get the
love,
PlayStations.
yeah, Japanese people love the comforts.
Oh, we lost Felipe. Wait.
Okay, we're back.
Oh, okay, we're back. We're back. We're back. I was like, is it me? Who is it?
Yeah,
Might
I'm
have
like, is it me this time? Who is?
it may have been
Yes,
me.
it's all
All
of us.
right. Oh, we've been talking about this for 17 minutes. What do you? Any closing comments?
Mm, I think the gaming world is about to get a tremendous shift in power. Everybody's a coin summon, so everything feels like it's consolidating in places.
You're so true. You're so right, Felipe. And many years ago, I saw like John Oliver last week tonight. He made this video about consolidation in the glasses market. So like Oakley, River, and all of that. Like, so apparently there was this company. I forgot the name. Like they own like 80% of the glasses market, and Oakley themselves couldn't compete with them because when they tried not to be absorbed by this company, which I forgot the name, the company went to the retailers and told them, if you like sell this brand, we're not doing business with you anymore. So like that other company got a forced takeover. They got purchased by force just because there's sometimes a company has too much power and they can literally force you to be acquired by them. And and when they don't, like even Facebook, they tried to acquire Snapchat. Snapchat refused famously, and that was after like Facebook had purchased WhatsApp and purchased Instagram, and then what Snapchat were like, no, 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 we're gonna stay independent. We don't want to be acquired. And Facebook was like, all right, we're just gonna copy exactly what you're doing, and they copied it both on Instagram and Messenger. And Snapchat is not that relevant today. So like
No.
even if you refuse to be acquired, you end up losing because they have so much more resources to like make your market hell.
I don't
You
like those type of business practices because in the case of those glasses or any company that kind of force like if you don't do this, we're not going to do business with you. But in a way, it should be good for like the retailers themselves because if you're going to be this kind of like shady uh assholes, then I can just go with the other one, the independent. I would choose to go with independent because if you're being these kind of shady practices, like quality over like these scheming products, like I don't know if
But these
it's
big
like it's so.
retailers, yeah, yeah. So sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No. You were saying something. I'm sorry, I cut you off, man.
No, no, 'cause, like I get from both perspectives in the sense that because they have the quantity and they have like they acquired many companies, so they have a funnel and the choices, different choices, they go to the retailer, but the retailer could easily just go to the independent one or whoever's choosing to stay independent, even though it may not be as what's the
No,
good
no,
word
you're
here?
you're you're right, Felipe. But
You know?
imagine you're the CEO of this company of like the Bay, right? And you decide to make this decision to only deal with the independent, and you have a board of director and stockholders who are gonna tell you, "Are you insane? Do you want us to fire you? Like, we'll do an emergency board meeting right now and kick you out if you like, like get rid of our most profitable client." So,
Yeah,
anyways,
that
this we're gonna continue this conversation another time. This has been
yeah.
the Otaku Informers on the latest video game news and acquisitions and stuff like that. Stay informed.
Stay informed.